Good morning, friends. I'm Teddy Hicks, and I'm reading you an affirmation from my book, My Life Gets Better Every Day. Today's March 5th, 2026, and our affirmation is, I surrender my need to control the outcome. Something I often need to be reminded of. Are you stressed or worried about something? When you're overly invested in the outcome of a certain situation, you can't help but contribute negative energy to it. Worrying about how something is going to turn out makes you feel bad, doesn't it? And that's always a sure sign that you're generating and sharing negative, stifling energy. Of course, it's natural to want to make things turn out the way you think they should. But remember that you can't control anything but your energy, and that things are always happening for the greater good, even if you can't see exactly how or when it will be apparent to you. The bottom line is that your primary job is to stay happy and open-minded about the way things will unfold. You have a very limited perspective of the world, so you can't possibly know all the incredible ways that things can work out. Rather than investing in how you think things should happen, turn your attention to raising your vibe and welcoming the diverse array of possibilities for the perfect outcome. It may be even more wonderful and miraculous than you could have ever imagined. Love, Teddy. And I think that's really the important point, right? Like, of course, this is hard. We all want to be able to decide how things should go and have them go that way, and very natural and normal to get upset when they don't go that way. But I think it's so important to remember that your perspective of the world is incredibly limited, and there's so many things that could happen that you would never have been able to come up with yourself. Like, you never would have been able to ask for that or plan for that, because it's just something that your mind can't conceive of, right? Because you're very limited in your like little perspective of the universe right here. And so when you open yourself to all the possibilities, when you say this or something better, when you say, I'm ready for whatever wonderful miracles are coming my way, you open yourself to all those incredible things that you couldn't possibly think of yourself, right? And you couldn't have planned for, and you could not have orchestrated yourself. And you're really tapping into that like universal magic, right? Where anything can happen, anything is possible. You can look back later and be like, oh my God, that series of events that had to happen in order for that thing to occur in my life is just like totally incredible, right? Like, I never ever could have planned that myself. So it's really important to, you can absolutely want anything, right? Like, you can set your sights on something and decide you're gonna go get it. And then it's so important to be able to just really let go of your emotional investment in how it turns out. And I know that's hard. I know it's hard. I struggle with it every single day. But when you can do that, what you're doing is inviting the universe to swoop in and say, okay, we hear you, and we're gonna make it as easy as possible and bring you something even better than you possibly could have imagined. So that's the part that you really need to work on, right? Coming up with things that we want is not a problem. We all do that all the time. But investing all of our happiness and energy in having it turn out the way we want it to is dangerous, right? And you know it feels better, right? When you can say, okay, this thing didn't work out the way I wanted it to. This is not what I expected or what I would have planned for. But I know that everything always works out for me. I know that everything is always happening for my greater good. I know that there's a much bigger plan in place than what I can come up with myself. And that way first of all, it helps you navigate setbacks or challenges a lot better, right? That's a much better attitude to have than just being mad and upset about things not going the way you want it to. But also, you're really tapping into that like much larger sphere. You're attracting a different kind of energy with that thought process, right? And that's when things can really work out, when you can go with the flow, when you can go, okay, I'm just floating down this river and I'm just going to accept anything that comes my way. Then you can get the miracles, right? You can't come up with miracles yourself. That's not how it works. You can tap into the energy that's going to bring them into your life and attract them easily with your open mind and your positive attitude, no matter what happens. Like, even in the face of the hardest challenges, knowing that everything, there's all these other things in the background that you can't see that are working for your greater good, right? So remember, this or something better. I'm not going to invest all my energy in having this specific thing turn out the specific way that I want it to. I'm just going to open my mind to letting this be as wonderful as it can possibly be. I hope that's helpful for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you back here tomorrow with the next one. Bye.